it's Juno, and I have the craziest story for you. So to start, I am super stoked to share that I booked a national commercial. But let me tell you how I got there. So it started off with an audition. I get this email and it says, you have an audition today. It's for a national commercial and we need a bad dancer. Hello, I am the world's worst dancer. This is perfect for me. I put on my gym shoes, call my ride, and I'm sitting in the car prepping my bad moves, and I'm like, I am gonna own this audition. I walk into the room and there are legit professional dancers busting a move in the waiting room, like stretching, their legs are over their heads. I didn't know people could flex like that. I was in pain looking at them. I thought, am I in the right audition room? This seems weird. I thought they said bad dancers. I definitely can't do the good dancing thing. But I stuck it out. I figured, like, my job as an actor, I can fake that I know how to dance. Maybe that's what they're looking for. So I get called into the room. They told me to do a little routine. So I did some moving side to side type situation. There were like 2 people in the room, nothing big. And it was really quick. I just walked in, said my name, did my dance, and left. I felt really good about it, and lo and behold, I got a call back for the next day. So I come back the next day, and there are even better dancers in the waiting room doing their thing, stretching their legs above their heads, and I'm looking around like, where are the other bad dancers? Like, maybe it's a good sign that I am the only bad dancer in the room, because that means that I'm the only one they're considering for that role. Now, before I go into the room this time, the casting person comes out and they're like, okay, so for this audition, we're gonna teach you some choreography. Dun, 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 choreography is my nightmare. I thought we said we were bad dancers here. And I'm looking around and trying to mimic people doing this really difficult choreography. They're like doing spins 3 times and jumping on the ground and like twirling. I don't even know what you call those things. They were wearing tap shoes and point shoes and moving and high-fiving, and I'm just sitting there like, this is really intimidating, but I don't want to walk out on a callback for a national commercial. You know how much these pay? This could be my rent for like the next 6 months. So I stayed, I practiced for an hour, then they bring me into the room. There are about 10 people in the room. There's the person controlling the camera, some guy who must be the director, and then like 8 other people all on their cell phones texting each other. Like they were in the same room with each other, but they didn't know how to talk. So I walk in, they're like, okay, everybody in the room, this is Juno. She's auditioning for the dancer. And I didn't know if I should interject at this point and say I'm auditioning for the bad dancer, because maybe there was a miscommunication on the breakdown, but I went in there and attempted the choreography. Everyone started laughing at me. I think that was a good thing though, because then they brought me back for a 3rd callback. I didn't even know commercials could have 2 callbacks, but apparently they can. So I get this 3rd callback. I show up, and for once there was no dancing at this one, thank God. So I go in there, and this time they just brought me into a room with people who looked nothing like me. Like at the previous auditions I walked in, I'm like, all of you guys look kind of similar and I could fit in this world, and this is so weird that all these people kind of look like me. But for this 3rd one, everyone looked different, and they said they were trying to match us with a family. So they bring me in, they bring in someone that might look to play the dad, then someone who might play the mom, and then a brother, and they just kept swapping people out, and literally all we did for this 3rd audition was stand there and smile and pretend we were chummy and we're all family, which I'm good at. So I faked it like these were my family, and I love them, and hi mom and dad and new brother, and then they would cycle the next family in, and it was a couple hours of that, and finally I go home and I get a call. You are pinned for this commercial. And if you're pinned for a commercial, it basically means it's between you and 1 or 2 other people. So I'm really excited. I've never been pinned for anything in my life. And then the following morning, I get the call, you booked the national commercial! I know, I was so excited. I was freaking out. I wanted to call every person I've ever met in my life, but I kept my cool, and the commercial was shooting the following day. So I spent the whole day celebrating, getting ice cream, treating myself to a cupcake. The next day, I get my call sheet. The call sheet says you have to be on set at 7 a.m. and I'm ready to go. I was up at like 4. Honestly, I couldn't sleep all night. I was ready to go the moment I got the call. So I showed up to set, and I meet my family, my on-screen family, say hi to my on-screen mom, my on-screen dad, my on-screen brother. I love them like my own family. I'm so excited to be there. They send me into wardrobe. They hand me these cute little slacks to put on, an adorable white shirt, and then they hand me the panda head. That's right. I went through 3 rounds of auditions to wear a giant panda head on my head. So I was like, okay, if you're gonna put me in a mascot head, kind of weird that you matched me with this family, but okay, I'm getting paid the same amount. Sure. So I put the mascot head on. I go to sit down and I'm waiting and nobody told me that being on set is a lot of hurry up and wait. You're just waiting for the camera to roll, and I'm sitting there like, come on, are we gonna shoot yet? It's been like 4 hours. I've been in this costume. Finally, it's my moment. I walk onto set. I'm like, getting a little hot, but it's fine. Now the family's standing in front of me. I see the girl that they replaced me with right over there. Kind of weird. Not too upset about it because they were doing the hard, cool choreography, and the director turned to me and said, Panda girl. Oh, me? You just move around, like in the back. Yeah, just go in the back and just move around, just bop. I can bop, that's pretty easy. As long as I'm getting paid at the end of the day, I will bop for you all day. So I'm standing there and I'm bopping and I'm having a good time and I'm getting a little dizzy and I'm sweating and bopping and having a good time, and then all of a sudden I wake up with an IV drip in my arm in the back of an ambulance. How'd I get there? Rewind to, I'm bopping and I'm dancing, and I guess some point in between bopping and dancing and IV drip, you heard that right, I passed out in the panda head, and nobody could see that I was getting dizzy because this panda head was covering my face, but apparently my eyes must have rolled back at some point and I just fell down. I passed out. It was just so hot in there, and in this panda head, could barely breathe. So I ended up waking up in an ambulance with an IV drip, and I think they may have gotten footage of me when I was still standing and bopping around, but I'm not quite sure. But I'm pretty hopeful because I just got my check for the commercial, and maybe that means I'll make the final cut, who knows? So the point of the story is I booked a commercial, even though I passed out, and maybe they might not ever cast me again because it's a little weird to pass out on the first set that you're ever on. But I am still really proud of myself, and now I have a crazy LA story to tell. So I'm also curious, have any of you guys ever passed out at school or like when you were at dinner? Let me know in the comments below. If you guys have funny, crazy stories to share with me, you can follow me at Join Juno and tweet me, or on Insta, share it on my photos, and hopefully next time you come back, I'll have even better stories for you that don't involve me passing out. All right, guys, I love you. I'll see you next time. Bye.